The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It is Thursday, the 21st day of July, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Linders. I'm Jamal Hartman. She sent you Durham, and Leanna Lambert will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy Centre. It's been a while since we've had a Somerset fan on the show. I mean, we haven't seen any Somerset people. Have you guys been running scared of us?
Listen, I said a few things yesterday that we'll keep in our group chat, but we know what you're up to, Jamal. It's fine. It's fine. We're not scared.
Yeah, they've been running scared. Handshakes like, oh, I don't want to do this. I can't take
with red lipstick and we're not scared.
Yeah, whatever.
In Bermuda now, so I can't wait to see you tonight.
Yes, I am in Bermuda, so I have to put up with the bragging and all the noise in person, folks.
Can't wait.
You know what? Sherry and I meet in person for the first time tonight.
I'm gonna take pictures.
Oh, she better keep her hands to herself.
That's crazy. So you guys have been doing this show together for over a year, and you've never met in person.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
Yeah, the way the internet works these days, right? It's crazy.
And you guys are like brothers and sisters now.
Yeah, the sister I never wanted. I mean, the great big sister I always wanted. I said yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we take you out for a fish sandwich while you're here, so you're not eating. We know what you're used to, Wendy's.
What? One time? Well, okay, three times. That's what we did. 3 times.
Wow.
All right. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome the Minister of National Security, Michael Weeks, on to discuss holiday safety. The Daily Plate is more cup match trivia, so it's going to be some fun today. Trust me, folks, it's going to be some fun. But Sancha, as you just said, I am back in Bermuda, and I flew into Bermuda last night. And so you all know I worked with Bermuda Tourism when they were in government. I was a part of the Bermuda Tourism Authority. I did group sales with them. One of the things while I worked there, Sancha, is we would travel to Bermuda, bring people to Bermuda during the shoulder season, which is November through March or October through March, whatever. And we would bring people to show, familiarization trips. That's what we call them, fam trips, so that they can bring their groups here. So we'll get them used to the island, show them what it's like. Because if that was the shoulder season, we would come. Bermuda's always next to, our gate is always next to a gate of, say, Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, or Montego Bay, or, it was always next to one of this. And you're always like, man, I envy that. Why are these flights always full, lines going down the whole of the airport, but our lines aren't? And so you make the excuse that, it's shoulder season for Bermuda, right?
Right.
Sancha, last night, the flight was so empty.
And it wasn't shoulder season.
It was not shoulder season. This is the height of Bermuda's tourism season. This is the season where Bermuda pretty much makes its due. This is tourism. July, the heart of the summer. And that flight was empty. And I know there are people that say, oh, well, it's a Wednesday, or, the weekend will be full. No. Bermuda in the summer didn't matter the day. A full flight to this island. So what is the question of the morning, you may ask? question of the morning is very simple. How do we get more people on flights to Bermuda? Is it the TA form? Is it that Bermuda just doesn't have hotel and product? Is it that the gates next to us, like Kingston and Montego Bay, they're doing something that we're not? Like what? How do we get more people on flights to Bermuda? Because folks, it's a scary thing. When I'll share it on my social media. The pictures, Sancha saw a couple of them. This is Bermuda in July, Sancha.
It's scary. It's scary. And I think it's a combination of things. I mean, flights, first of all, to Bermuda are expensive. Mm-hmm. Once you get here, you're paying for a hotel that is so expensive, and the quality of the hotel room or even the hotel is not of that where you can be spending the same amount of money in a Jamaica or, Dominican Republic and get so much more for your money. So we're competing against something, it's difficult. And then once you get here, our product. What is our product? I had some cousins visiting, and I decided I wanted to take them out on a Friday night. Now, I don't go out very often, but the first thing is it was 9 o'clock, 9:30. Nowhere was serving food anymore. Like everywhere we went, it was like, oh no, we stopped serving. At 9:30 at night, can you imagine going to a destination on a Friday night and you cannot eat? Like who? And I say this all the time. Who are we targeting? Because at this point, it seems like, I mean, if you're retired and you're going in the house and you want to eat at 6 p.m., how many times do you go on vacation, Jamal, and you eat at 6 p.m. in the evening to go back to your hotel room? Well, you're getting ill now. So.
Oh my.
Be different for you.
She just shared me, folks. She just shared me. But you're right. And Sancha does ask this question all the time. And every time she asks, like, I'm literally puzzled because having worked in Bermuda tourism, I don't know. I know when I first started in 2012, they were targeting households with $150,000 income. That's not a lot of money, number one. That's not a lot of money, 150 income. And I say it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money based on the cost of Bermuda to visit.
But let's talk about even, you talk about if you want to make Bermuda a luxury destination. Jamal, I'm in retail. Luxury retail in Bermuda is non-existent. Before you used to have people that will come to Bermuda and they were buying that Louis Vuitton bag because you didn't have to pay tax and they didn't have to pay, it's so much cheaper and you're getting the same product. They were buying the YSLs and, the Gucci, and it's no longer here. So when you have, a man that's coming on a business trip and they do have the disposable income and has his wife with him and is like, you know what, let me give her some money. She can go shopping and enjoy her day. What are we buying?
Yeah. No, seriously. And I remember not even 20 years ago, you would be able to go down, get that Louis Vuitton bag down there. Smith's, was it, carried the big brand like Burberry when it was Burberry. Like I remember.
But Jamal, if you look at it, Louis Vuitton it's no longer existing in Bermuda, not because they wasn't making money. The reason for not wanting to be in Bermuda because they can't align themselves with like companies. So if you're walking down Front Street and they're the only luxury brand, it doesn't make sense. They can be in Bahamas and be sitting next to Chanel and YSL and, and it becomes luxury. They don't want to sit on their own. We walk down Front Street now and the amount of, empty stores, it's scary.
But you're hitting on something, Sancha, is we're confused as to what kind of destination we are. We want to be luxury based on price, but it's luxury isn't luxury just because of price. It's because, the offerings. Like, what are you offering? Are you offering something that people can consider luxury? How do we get more people on flights to Bermuda? Go ahead.
And we're still saying, like, you're trying to get the super yacht program, luxury. You are trying to get all of these private jets, luxury. But what are we doing once they get here? What are we doing?
Yeah. Karen Simmons says, good morning, TDH. Well, only St. George's people. Sorry. Sparkling Ming, welcome home, Mr. Hardman. Or is Bermuda your home? Good question. Mia Hartman says, it's a combination of both. Absolutely nothing for folks to do after 5 p.m. The hotels are overpriced without and decent entertainment. And yes, this ridiculous TA, travel authorization. Well, let me touch on that, because I think when we talk about price, people are just looking for value. People will pay the prices that Bermuda's charging. Let's be honest. They will pay, but they have to see the value. People are not just going to donate money. This is not charity. You know? So Shikarena says, back in the day, early 90s, Apple tours would fill those planes. Yep, Apple Vacations. Sonesta Beach Hotel would turn over 90% of its rooms every 5 to 6 days. Apple tours offered discount room rates of $145 a night.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
We had product then, see?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, things have changed, but like you said, like the product is no longer there.
Yeah. Traveling Trotty says, Bermuda's tourism market needs to change. We need nightlife, entertainment, and places for a late night eatery. But we say, okay, so let's use this one as an example. We say we need this stuff, right? Why don't we have it is number one problem. Like, why don't we have nightlife anymore? Is it the social ills? Is it the cost of why don't we have it? That's my first question. And then places for a late night eatery. I remember when I was young, everyone wanted a theme park, right? Like, go away to Disney and all that, come back. Bermuda needs a theme park. The truth is, I just don't think for certain things we have volume and I'm to attract it. But I think they're great ideas. I think that they're worth exploring. Have they been explored?
I think a late night eatery with entertainment. Think about it. Hamilton Princess, their little lounge down there used to get packed. It was a band, it's an older crowd. I think it's, once again, I'm big on who are we targeting, right? I think there's room for it.
Well,
because
Sandra,
where I ended up eating?
What's that?
Do you know where I ended up taking my cousin?
Where?
George A's lunch wagon.
Really? Down front street?
Do you know how long I waited for a chicken burger?
Wow.
An hour on a Friday night. I took visitors to George A's. I mean, it's an experience, but we waited an hour for our food.
Well,
no entertainment.
I agree. And I think you go anywhere in the world pretty much and you'll have options like that. But I want to go back to Hamilton Princess. That was my jam. I'm gonna be honest with you folks. While everybody was at Boat Club and Wooders and everywhere else, I was in Hamilton Princess in the what was it called? Crown and Anchor. Is it still called Heritage Court, Crown and Anchor?
Crown and Anchor.
Yeah.
And even Jasmine Lounge, Southampton Princess.
The other place. Yeah, like those are the places I hung out, and enjoyed me a little drink. And it was a good time. People dancing. I didn't dance. I moved my foot a bit, right? Watched everybody else. But the point is do we have that anymore? Do we have that kind of entertainment where people are spoiled for choice?
I mean, I know when I think about it, we talk about live entertainment. I know Lido goes on a Friday. I know Hamilton Princess has like a Friday night happy hour. But what about this? Like, remember the newsstand happy hours?
They don't have them anymore?
I don't think so. I don't hear anyone talking about newsstand happy hours on a Friday. Like, they were like, you couldn't get in.
Folks,
I'm sitting my edge.
Last night, I was on an empty flight to Bermuda. I'll share pictures on my personal social media a bit later. It was disappointing. It's shameful. It's downright shameful. And it's embarrassing as an island destination like Bermuda, which pretty much its industry relies on this time of year. Any day of the week to have a flight that's not full, it's an embarrassment. And I don't know I have some suggestions. I don't know if they're the answers, but the question of the morning, how do we get more people on flights to Bermuda? Sandra, are you able? I'm putting you on the spot. Don't be mad at me for making this.
Gosh.
Are you able to see today?
Stop it, Jamal.
Folks, you know that I'm reading all the comments. I'll read them. Don't worry. I want people to think. Oh,
okay, so listen, I will come on and tell everybody. So I have a new laptop. It's a lot smaller than my older laptop. And the screen is a lot smaller. So when Jamal calls out on me to read a comment, you see my hair go like this. I can't see, guys. I can't see. You want to say the second part, Jamal?
I'm just saying. I mean, she don't want to wear her glasses, folks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Leanna wears glasses too, but I
can't believe you just called me. I can't believe you just called me out like that, Jamal.
No, I don't want people to think I'm, taking over and not letting you.
What's the next comment, Jamal?
Comment, Mia Hartman.
Look, and he puts up the longest.
That's the next one.
It's fine. People ask me daily. Sorry. People ask me daily, what is there to do? Tours of St. George's, tours of Hamilton, jet skiing, looking glass boat, tram ride, BUEI, Fort Hamilton, and boring beaches that don't have clean bathrooms or 10-star restaurant prices on a beach. Boring. Zero nightlife. Front yard is overrated.
What?
I haven't been to Front Yard yet.
What is that again?
So people go. I hear, Front Yard seems to be the spot on Front Street now. So it's like an outdoor bar. But Front Street has changed so much. Like I drove down Front Street the other day. Like there's a lot nightlife on Front Street is pickled onion. There is a line out the door down the sidewalk. And I was like, oh, I couldn't imagine. Things have definitely changed.
Oh, they got Rusty G down there. What Saturdays or Fridays down there?
He's creating that long line. But you know what? She just mentioned tours in St. George's. I feel like St. George's is creating a pretty good product. I could be wrong, but
St. George's. So I mean,
yeah.
All right, let's go through. We've got a lot of people with a lot to say. Trevor Charlie says the hotels do not even include breakfast or a welcome drink. I mean, I'll go use Subway's have a welcome drink. Breakfast is important. If a Fairfield Inn can provide, there's boxed eggs or something, we could do something.
Listen, my son Maddox and I are traveling on Saturday, and my hotel is booked on the fact that it includes breakfast because I don't have to get up and he can eat.
It's important. It makes a difference, folks. Breakfast costs an extra minimum $20, not including grats. Sam Cat Place says champagne prices for peanut quality is why we don't have people coming, and the entitlement of some who work in the industry is a major turnoff. Sometimes that Bermudian friendliness is just not there. I want to say this. I learned this lesson working at Elbow one summer. This guy said one of the biggest issues with Bermudians in the industry is you can't wear an expensive watch as someone in the service industry and expect someone to tip you. I'm like, why not? No one wants to. They're not going to feel good helping someone who they feel is better off than them, was his thought process. And it made me think for years. I'm like, interesting. If someone's on a vacation and they're not rich, that, middle class, and they see someone in a service industry, traditionally that service industry are not on the upper middle class, and they see people wearing expensive stuff like jewelry and so on while they're working. I never considered that. I never considered that as a turnoff until this gentleman said it. He said there's strategies to this to make money, and we can't control how those people think. We can't. Sherry Dill says, I've been saying we should have a road/street, possibly in St. George's, that is designed to luxury brands and boutiques. Every other destination has an area you can go for this. Yep. We can't say we market to luxury/upscale traveler, but have nothing to offer them when they get here. I agree. And Sancha, that's your point.
Yeah. Even, if we had a duty-free area, I don't know whether that is, tourists don't pay duty, but Bermuda, I don't know what that looks like.
But it goes back to the question you asked. And again, folks, she does ask in the group all the time, whenever it comes up. Who are we talking?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think that BTA, no offense, I'm not sure that they have a clear direction anymore as to who they are targeting. I don't know.
They have a clear direction. It seems political. Michelle White says maybe it's not all about those amenities already mentioned. How about making coming to Bermuda affordable to the more average? We want to expose many, not cater to few, tour discounts as one. I actually disagree with this, Michelle.
I was just going to say that.
I disagree. Go ahead, Sancho. I'll let you.
Let's talk about, I feel like we put so much into cruise ships coming to Bermuda. Like so much is put into cruise ships. And whenever, yes, we're getting people on the ground, but how much money are they actually spending?
None.
when they get off that boat, they do probably a tour and go and sit at the beach. And by 6 o'clock, they're back on the boat because they pay for all inclusive and they've already paid for their food. So they're not going into restaurants. They're not spending money. Their drinks are unlimited. So they're not drinking. They're not like it. Yes, cruise ships bring people to Bermuda, but
Yeah,
most of those people do not have a high level of disposable income to spend while they're here.
yeah.
So
And to back on that, I think we have to be careful when we say making it more affordable. Making it more affordable is not going to help the industry, because it's going to be trickle downs for that. So if, let's say, hotels lower their prices, right? They still have to pay whatever the bulk. Think about a hotel that's got to pay electricity. You think of the one house, right? Think of the electricity for a hotel. Then you think about paying the staff. Are the staff going to want to get paid less money? Because at the end of the day, a hotel's a business too. They're not a charity. So, and then top it off, again, it's not about being affordable. It's about value. It's about providing value. You can charge $100 a night for a hotel, but if you're not creating value, if you're not offering anything, are people going to want to come? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I would love to have an entire conversation with Sancha and the audience about cruise ships, because that's going to be the detriment to Bermuda tourism, like it has to other. We're running out of time, so let's just go through the rest of the comments. Shikarina says, I was on island a few weeks ago in July, and people did not attend. We're still complaining about the noise created by the June Carnival celebrations. The noise is a trade-off, folks. My goodness, people are still on that one. We're gonna let's go. Rick Olson says, I believe our hotels that are open are pretty much fully booked for the season. Well, I mean, it's not many hotels, Rick.
yeah. I was just gonna say, how many hotels are there?
2 or 3 hotels, really. Mikhail Smith says, we have a ways to go in customer service. Cherie Dill says, we also need more signature restaurants when you are guaranteed an outstanding, where you are guaranteed an outstanding meal. I find most of our restaurants struggle with consistency. A lot of times it's hit or miss, and the food is nothing unique or superior to other destinations. That's why the Marcus Samuelson one was so important. We have to bring Leanna in, but I want to say this. Here's my biggest concern that I don't think I want all of us to consider. That flight that I was on to Bermuda last night was empty. It's an American flight, Miami. You know what happens if stuff like that continues? They say, well, we don't see value in this flight to Bermuda. We're going to take this flight and we're going to head on down.
Yeah.
We're going to go to da.
Yeah. But where were you flying in from? I think that's another.
Miami.
Right. So how many flights do you have going to, so how many other destinations? That's like close to Jamaica, close to Bahamas, close, so.
It's a connecting flight. It's a connector, folks.
And that flight is expensive. Whenever you look for a flight, either to, from Miami, or it's expensive.
Yeah, let's bring Leanna in. Good morning, Lee. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I am doing well this morning. Sancha, I feel like I haven't seen your face in forever.
I was going to say that. Hi, how's my baby?
Bebe is doing good. I feel like she's ready. She's brewing and ready.
Lee, you never say that you haven't seen me forever.
Because I see you all the time, Mal.
Oh, okay.
No, don't try to get in on this.
Don't take away from Sancha.
Over here.
Well, she was talking about you barely. You know her mentioning red lipstick and all that earlier?
Listen, you know what? What's in the past is in the past. I did come across a few, of those messages in our chat group the other day after scrolling. I was like, all right, Sancha.
Oh, she's been going hard, folks. Sancha's been going hard. I mean,
she absolutely has, Mel. I have to say that she has been on a roll. I mean, just the second Somerset member of our group, and I feel like she came in with Sherry. They locked arms, and they have been full steam ahead ever since. It's okay though.
Yeah,
I remain humble, very humble.
Yeah,
Jamal started to go back and forth with everybody. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, Lee, it's tough. I kept my New Year's resolution for 5 months.
You did pretty good.
But let me say this, because you are so used to losing, you have to stay humble, because that's all you know.
Lee, let's go to news break, please. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
it's getting real personal now.
I know. It's okay though, Mal, because we're going to hold strong. Just
yes,
remember
we
that.
are. Yes, we are. It's all year. It's all year. Over to you, Lee.
Thanks, Jamal, and I guess Sancha too. Good morning to everyone that's tuned in with us today. I hope everyone is having a great start to this bright Thursday and what we say, Thankful Thursday. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Well, sad news coming in this morning as police have confirmed that a 40-year-old man has died following a 3-vehicle collision in Devonshire. Now, the crash is said to have happened just after 11 last night. Police are said to have received a number of calls reporting a serious road traffic collision involving a taxi and 2 motorcycles at the junction of Middle Road and Lines Estate Road in Devonshire. Now, reports are that the bikes were headed east on Middle Road when they both collided with a taxi which was traveling in the opposite direction. Now, the riders of both bikes, 2 males, were thrown from their vehicles as a result of the collision. Both bikes were written off, and the taxi was left with extensive front end damage. One of the injured motorcyclists is said to have left the scene on foot. The other, a 40-year-old man, sustained what were described as serious head injuries and was found unresponsive when officers arrived at the scene. Now, EMTs attended to him and transported him to hospital via ambulance, but he later succumbed to his injuries. The Bermuda Police Service extends its sincerest condolences to the family of the deceased and said a family liaison officer has been appointed to assist the relatives at this time. Now, this road fatality marks the 7th for 2022. In other news, Bermuda has sadly recorded another COVID-19 death, bringing the island's death toll since the pandemic started to 142. Now, in reporting the latest test results, last night, health officials said that the number of people admitted to hospital had fallen with the number of active cases to 307. The Ministry of Health said that it had recorded 266 new COVID-19 cases in the past week. There were also 338 recoveries. Now, 18 are currently in hospital and none are in the intensive care. Acting Minister of Health Jason Hayward shared his condolences to the family and friends of the deceased and called for continued caution. And pressure is being put on the government to find a solution after Pembroke residents neighboring the Balco North plant last week complained of soot fallouts from the facility since the power station was upgraded 2 years ago. Now the government is turning that pressure on electricity supplier Balco to reduce emissions from its North power station. Walter Raban, the Minister of Home Affairs, said that the company, along with the Environmental Authority, needed to take urgent action to ensure that the volume of soot entering the environment is addressed. Now, in a statement yesterday, Mr. Raban said that the government was in the process of updating clean air laws, which could impose stiffer penalties on offenders. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 87 and a low near 79 degrees. It's another warm and humid July day outside. We can expect plenty of sunshine after the chance of an early shower or two. Now, tonight there will be partly cloudy with winds southwesterly light to moderate, tending southerly late overnight. Tomorrow and leading into the weekend, we'll see plenty of sunshine. If you are wondering, the humidity stands at 81%. That's all for our Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Now let's head back to Jamal and Sancha in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
81%. You see me sweating here.
I see it. I see you all glossy in the middle at your T area.
Jamal, I want to ask you something. Did you purposely not mute my mic just now?
Hey, folks, you heard Sancha. You heard her, right? You heard her.
I thought I heard something, and I was like, "Is that my background?"
No, Lee just kept going like.
That was because I'm the only submissive person. He was trying to sabotage me after what I just said. But it's okay.
It happened. Yeah,
well,
I'll earn it.
You know,
It was funny then. For those who caught it. Those who,
Maddox, are you dressed?
those who caught it, I live for moments like that. But,
Real mom, right?
hey,
Multitasking.
catch those blooper moments end of the year, folks. Catch those blooper.
Oh yeah.
What you got is the day of the year, Cinch?
Today is National Junk Food Day.
Yay!
What?
Because I mean, for others out there who don't have a reason to eat junk food, today is that day.
So,
you know that you're vegan and you're healthy.
I'm
and
not vegan or healthy.
Today's the day for you to, well, you've been trying. Today's the one day you can let loose. I feel like July is a pretty junky month because it's National Ice Cream Month. At Scoop, we had National Ice Cream Day the other day. So it's a pretty junky month. So, folks, get some junk food in today. Tomorrow, get back to your diet.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Do you have Sancho shares all these nice ice cream photos on her WhatsApp status. So do you have any vegan options for me, Rhonda?
Please say no.
No. We are working on a vegan option, and we're actually going to collaborate with a young Bermudian that's coming up that's doing vegan ice cream. So collaboration in the works, and we are going to be doing vegan ice cream soon.
Nice. Those, you're teasing people with those ice cream sandwiches. Is that what you've been eating? Oh my God.
My God. So another collaboration. So sometimes we do our homemade cookies in-house, and sometimes we do them at the bridge. It's Lady Alana at the bridge. She has these homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Why are you doing this?
Sorry. We have
National Junk Food Day.
Homemade ice cream. So we fill it with
my
homemade cookies.
She's really.
I will definitely be stopping by today. That's
we have
it. So
oatmeal raisin option, Jamal, if you're trying to be healthy.
There you go.
We have chocolate chip. Then we have like this dark chocolate chip with dark chocolate homemade ice cream. Oh, junk food
I
day.
can just see like the audience's mouth watering. I know it.
Have a wonderful day, Lee. Peace out.
Jamal, you're right around the corner.
I know. I'll be there.
The doctor said I needed to eat more oats, and I got some oatmeal cookies. Apparently, she didn't mean oatmeal cookies, so I had to get actual oatmeal. So,
you can come and have an oatmeal cookie ice cream sandwich, but you can walk there and walk back.
There you go. You only live up the hill. It's perfect. I love it. I endorse it.
Anyway, that girl is now walking in this humidity. You heard what Leanna just said. Anyway, Lee, you have a great day.
You have a good day.
Bye, Lee.
Walking. Anyway, let's take a quick break, folks. We've got the Minister of National Security, Michael Weeks, coming up. Do not go anywhere.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Karen, a nurse at the old folks home. These long hours used to kill my feet until my hairdresser told me about a great place to buy a pair of clogs. Medical House. Finally, relief. They also carry uniforms in bright, bold colors, and not to mention the support stockings.
Karen, Miss Soltis bet her bet again.
Oh gosh, these days, I need all the support I can get.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
All righty, welcome back to the big show. She's Sancha Durham. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, we seem to have some challenges this morning on the radio station. So for those who usually do listen, our apologies. It is beyond our control, but still, you can go on our website and you can make sure you are signed up and subscribed as a member. Just go to our website, subscribe for promotions, prizes, and more. You might even get a chance to meet one of us in person if you'd like, and give us some nice compliments like those people at Bermuda Customs yesterday. They were very nice. What's that, Sam?
I said I'm actually excited about being able to meet everybody this week.
Oh, that makes one of us. No, me too. I can't wait to see some of you all. But remember, you've got the TDH community. You have to be a part of the TDH community to hang out with us. So if you haven't already, go to our website. Without further ado, let's bring in the Minister of National Security. We've got the Honorable Michael Weeks here. Good day, sir, and how are you?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bermuda. Good morning, Sancha. Nice to see you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'd like to start by saying, if I can, Jamal.
Yes.
Behind me, you will see Sancha blue and blue.
Thank you, sir.
But no, allow me to finish.
Huh?
Some of my staff, under the dead of night, put that blue and blue there. I'm a Somerset fan, Sancha, so you and I are here together. And I will find the culprit, and I will deal with them.
That's what they try to sabotage us, but they will not.
I'm telling you, and I've been trying to hide it, but I can't.
What's upsetting about
Jamal,
this is.
Did you sneak in there last night?
What's that?
Did you sneak in there last night and put that on his door?
I did not. And what's really disappointing is Minister Weeks is one of the only two people I've ever voted for, and Cup Match matters. And that election was right around Cup Match time. It was in the summer when I did. So I think it matters, folks. I think had I known this, I would have abstained as VP. I would have abstained. But no, thank you for doing this. Welcome to the show. I think this is your first time on this show. So thank you for trusting our platform. Let's get into the conversation, though. We've had the presidents on the last 2 days from both cricket clubs, and as I said to President of Somerset yesterday, Vashawn Blanchard, they have done a tremendous job in terms of safety over the last couple of years on the premises of where the game takes place. But saying that, what are your expectations of the crowd per se? Because I don't want to get into the town hall that you had the other night, but from what I took away from it, I didn't just take this away, is that a lot of stuff happens because family and friends turn a blind eye. But the thousands of people that are going to be present at Cup Match, we know who might be involved in what. What advice would you give to attendees at the cricket game to help assist the police and the government and the clubs and the community in terms of ensuring that it's a safe 2 days at the field?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is that be vigilant. Come and enjoy yourself, but be vigilant. Be vigilant. This is going to be the first time in a few years, because of COVID, that we're going to have hopefully a full participation by the spectators. I've had a few meetings with the police, and they have put together a robust policing plan to try to reduce the chance for any community violence, so to speak. So between the police and the cricket club, they have updated CCTV. The club has hired private security. So they're doing certain things to make sure that the public at large can enjoy the festivities at Cup Match. But I stress that the public has a responsibility to remain vigilant. If you see something, say something. Don't let the few mess up the enjoyment of Cup Match for the many. Indeed. So if we all take part and we all do what we should do, we should have a safe and enjoyable Cup Match.
Indeed, Sandra.
So this is a 4-day holiday, our longest holiday of the year, pretty much. And not only do we have Cup Match, but we're also going to be on the water. And as we saw, there was a video that went around about a young man being attacked a few weeks on the water. And, with this being our busiest marine season, how are there enough marine police on water to tackle these issues and to maintain crowd control?
Well, actually, Sandra, I think that's a good question. And during my meetings with the police, I've also met with the Coast Guard, and basically on that same premise that we have to be more vigilant. And what we have decided to do is that rather than the Coast Guard be reactive, they're going to be visible. They're going to be visible around the whole island on the water for those 4 days. And also going forward, what we need to do is have it that not anybody could operate vessels. They have going to need licenses. They're going to need to be competent tested. But on this particular 4-day holiday, the police will be looking for driving on the influence on the water, those that are making mischief. So hopefully the increase in visibility of the Bermuda police, of the Bermuda Marine Police and the Coast Guard will help to mitigate and stop the incidences of community violence.
I hope so. See.
Yeah, well, that brings me to my next question, because we talk about the visibility, but what are the protocols for policing on water as opposed to on land? Because on land, it's easy enough to call for backup and police are supported within minutes. What happens on water in a high-risk situation?
Well, what we are doing is, in collaboration with the Bermuda Police Service and the regiment, they hopefully will have more numbers, and they will be in constant contact with the police on land. So if there are any incidences, we are confident that they could be addressed if they're on water with immediacy, and if they need backup, once the culprit or whoever gets to land, then that could be followed up. But as it stands now, the Coast Guard and the Marine Police will be working together to make sure that there is requisite presence on the water.
I just want to jump in real quickly. And I know we're not talking laws and legislation, but it seems like the water incidents, and I hadn't even thought of this. So Sancha, I definitely appreciate those questions as well. But it just seems like it's more happening every summer on the water. And I don't know if there's laws where that can be made, or policies where certain amount of boats can be in certain areas at the same time, or certain boats can be tied together. I don't know, but I'm just wondering, and maybe this is not the conversation for it, if legislation or policies like that are being considered, have been discussed, or should be considered and discussed.
Well, Jamal, those things are being discussed now, because more and more we are seeing more and more watercraft. So that conversation has come up. And as a matter of fact, prior to becoming Minister of National Security, I was the chair of the Water Safety Council. Mm-hmm. And one of the hot topics was a competency exam, and B, updating of the legislation for the rules of the water. So all those things are definitely front and center, because it's not going away. And as we go forward, we're going to have more and more people on the water. So I think we have to keep up with what is happening.
Okay. Moving slightly off of the water, but just generally, one of my questions I always, thought about, how is it decided who is that will go over the weekend?
I kind of lost you there for a minute, Sancha. I lost you.
Sorry about that. So, okay, so my question is, over the holiday, there's going to be stop and searches and, random places. How is it decided who is chosen for these random stop and searches?
That's always a good question. I'm not 100% sure, but random searches hopefully are going to be random. I don't know if the police use a number, that they use, but But I support the random searches and not random searches, the random stops over this holiday, because with our celebrations, especially with this 4 day weekend, it's going to be a lot of drinking, and we have to try our best to help to protect the public. Not only do we have to protect the innocent, but we have to protect some people that break the law from themselves.
And I just want to add that, like, I don't look at me not drinking as a no judgment zone. You know, I don't, as a judgment zone. I don't try to judge people, but I think we're living in a time, and I want to go back to what you said earlier about being alert, being more conscious, and I just hope that we can understand our limits, not just for the sake of, you know, putting others in danger, but putting ourselves in danger, if that makes sense. So, yeah, appreciate that. Go ahead, Sancha. Sorry.
No problem. And then Jamal and I obviously had a conversation yesterday, and one of the questions had come up. When we were talking to Jamal, are there any laws in place in Bermuda that makes it more difficult for you to target the known troublemakers? Because I know we're saying, you know, at the game or on the water or just around, there are known troublemakers, and those are the people that you would target to try to take them off of the street or make sure that their things happen without incident. Are there any laws that prevent you from doing this?
There are no laws that really prevent us from doing that, but we have to keep in mind human rights. And it's a fine line between keeping the public safe and trying to disrupt those that are trying to be disruptive. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we maintain a law society. You know, and I knew when I first sat in this chair, I threw at that question. I said, what can we do? Like, you know, can we kick down doors, and can we stop everybody that we think is a troublemaker? And the answer is that we have to be careful, because if we go down this slippery slope, then we may be creating more trouble than solutions.
If you have any questions or comments for Minister Michael Weeks, please send them through. I'll try to get through as many as possible. See, this is where I'm stuck, because anyone who knows me knows I'm all about, you know, protecting the rights of people and just ensuring that, you know, people are not violated. But it's sticky with this one, because if we can say there are 200, 300 people and we know who they are, I believe there should be laws or policies where we can get around it. We can say, look, we're going to surveil this person or these people, or, you know, we will make them uncomfortable because they're making the entire community uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm stuck on it because, again, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, that becomes difficult because there have been times where people are targeted that are innocent. So how do you handle that?
No, it's slippery, and that's the thing. Like, I don't envy your job, Minister. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's not I don't envy the job of the police, because it's tough. It's like, in one breath, I understand when people are going to work, right? They're saying, well, let's say everyone's going to the game. They just want to get out, go enjoy the game, some fried fish, country kitchen, low kung stew. They just want to get out, enjoy cricket. But on the way there, they've got to wait in this long line. They've got to get the car checked. They're getting the license checked, everything, right? It's this big inconvenience. And I understand why it's necessary. But then there are people who say, well, you know who these people are. Why are you stopping me? You know that old saying, and I'm sorry to everyone who was impacted by my behavior, but the innocent suffer for the guilty in school. And yes, a lot of you did. I'm sorry I said. But how long is the innocent going to have to be impacted for the guilty, I guess? Is there no way?
Yeah.
Well, the challenge here is that the innocent a lot of times suffer for the guilty just by association. And the long lines, for example, as we go to cup match, is to ensure, because I have a duty, the club has a duty, and the police have a duty to make sure that our patrons, not only at cup match, but on the water, or at any other event are safe, and we must do what we can. But a part of our challenge is that we have to take this on as a community. Not only does the police have a list of who may be the culprits and the perpetrators, but our community knows. So I continue to say, if you see something, say something. Until we, not just the police, but we make those perpetrators uncomfortable, then we're going to be inconvenienced in trying to keep our country safe.
So instead of laws, what I'm getting, instead of relying on laws and policies that can discriminate, the community, all of us, not just everyone who lives in this community, needs to make these culprits uncomfortable.
Yes,
that's the best.
But I have a question in saying that Bermuda is such a small community, right? And the first thing people say is, well, if I say something, I become targeted. How are these people protected?
Well, we have some mechanisms in place, Sancha. They could call a hotline. They could identify somebody that they trust. Now, for example, people come to me because they feel they could trust me. But if you have a pastor or a police officer that you know, somebody that you know that you could pass information on to, that could in turn get the information to the relevant authorities. We have to find creative ways in getting our message across, because that's the only way we're going to get on top of this. Now, if I may, I'm going to tell you a quick story. Somebody came in my office yesterday. It's a 40-year-old man. His cleaned up his life for the last 6-7 years, he said. He said, what helped him to clean up his life? He thought he was going to surprise his mama about 8-9 years ago. When she went to work, he bought a new stove and fridge. She came home from work. He thought she was going to be excited, but she said, you're not working. When I left home, you're sitting down by the and buys. And when I come back, you're sitting down by the and buys. Get this so-and-so stuff out of my house. You know what I'm saying? And he said that was the impetus for him to start looking at himself, because he said, whoa. He thought mom was going to be excited, but mom said, no, mate. And I think that's a good example of what we got to do in our community, because that's just an indication that if we stand up, we have the ability to make a difference.
That's a good story. It really is. And it reminded me of, sorry to do this, but Jason's lyric when the son went out and got the mom all this stuff, like cooked and everything, and she threw it out, and basically she didn't want that money in her household. Nichika Traveling Trotty says, if we review Operation Clean Sweep, do you think that initiative should be instituted again?
Operation Clean Sweep served its purpose, and my plan is a national strategic plan, and at this time it's called Operation Take Back. So it's very similar. It's very similar. Clean Sweep targeted the drug suppliers or the drugs on our street. Operation Take Back is a more comprehensive community approach, because in my plan, everybody is responsible for rectifying what we see as a scourge in Bermuda. So Operation Take Back is very much got that same energy, but a wider focus.
All right. As we wrap it up, just anything you'd like to say to the community as we head towards Bermuda's biggest holiday on the calendar year. What would you say to people as far as, again, reiterate, or even if you must, what you said earlier, so far as being vigilant and to maintain the safety of the entire island?
Okay, as I close, I want to say thank you for having me, Jamal and Sancha. My reminder to the island is to stay vigilant, and if you see something, please say something. Do not expect your neighbor to try to rectify some wrong. Everybody must take their part. The police will be out there doing their job. The Coast Guard and the Marine Police will be doing their job. I'm asking the community to do your job, because we all want to be safe. We all want to enjoy this cup match. And I look forward to seeing one and all over this holiday, and everybody remain safe.
All right. One last question, real quickly. Russell Famous asking, where can we learn about Operation Take Back?
Operation Take Back is just about in the final stages, and over the next few weeks, by the middle to end of August, I will be rolling it out. Hence, I've started having these town hall meetings because I really want to engage the community. So once I finalize Operation Take Back, everyone will have access to it.
All right, Minister of National Security, Michael Weeks, thank you so much for trusting our platform, having this conversation, and we wish you a safe and great holiday, not as victorious as us folks from St. George's then.
Now, if I may say something as I sign off, I'm Jamal Sanchez. On a lighter note, as Minister of National Security, it's my duty to protect some and St. George's. So please, St. George's, don't feel that I'm not going to be looking out for you. But
if they were going to be slapping you around the field, you're going to need some protection, Somerset.
Well, actually, look, I was down Devonshire Bay the other day, right? And with a friend of mine, we just sitting off, and we saw some ducks walking across. I said, doesn't that look like St. George's?
Well, this is how we're doing. All right, Minister. I'll see you. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Appreciate you. Have a great one.
Yes, take care now.
All right, Minister of National Security, Michael Weeks. If you appreciated that conversation, found it helpful, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back at the Daily Play. We're going to do another giveaway. Obviously, two cup match towels to give away today. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, I should have said St. George's.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm part of the SSCP, giving us opportunities to go out and sell, which is what I'm doing today.
One of the most important things I learned in the SSCP is that failure is just a part of being an entrepreneur.
As a vocal community, then you can't go anywhere, can you?
I just believe it's a really beautiful and amazing experience for everybody.
A lot of late nights being up, trying to finalize things, especially for me.
You don't have to do everything at once. Little steps is the key to success.
They helped me go through every step of the way.
It has helped me gain more confidence, so that's one thing.
I'm Marley Spriggs, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Joshua Allen, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Trey Robertson Richards, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Namira Rayner, and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Vincent Darrell, and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Shayla Swan, and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am Sophia Patinhan. I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Zion, and I'm a young entrepreneur.
All right. Thanks again to Minister Michael Weeks for trusting the platform, coming on for the conversation. Again, if you appreciated the conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Also, thanks again to One Communications, Medical House Windows, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, it's your last chance to register for the TDH community booth for tonight's event. If you haven't registered by noon, then you definitely ain't coming tonight. So just go to our website and you can register to hang out with us and in person and maybe.
Now, where's his red shirt?
No. Took all that out of the suitcase, you folks. I didn't even bring my red blazer this time. None of that happening, but go on our homepage. All right, time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0, great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sandra, are you ready?
Let's go, Jamal.
Larry's been on a roll. We got him yesterday, though. He didn't get yesterday. All right, so Let's do it for Somerset. I'm trying to help you.
This is a cop match.
Yeah, it's a cop match. This is history. Nothing to do with it is to do with the actual game, but it's history. Here you go. Cop match became an official 2-day holiday in what year, Sandra? Help her out, folks.
19. Are you going to play the music, Jamal?
No music today.
There's no music today. I mean,
somebody got it in the audience.
They got it?
Someone got it in the
start
audience.
looking at the audience.
No,
19. Can you give me a clue?
Yeah, you got 19.
Jamal.
Why are you Googling?
I'm not Googling.
Right. Here's the answer. It's not 1931.
31.
It is, as Faith DeRosa Gilk said, 1947. 2 official national public holidays were introduced and held annually on the Thursday and Friday closest to August 1st.
I was going to say like late 50s, so I was totally off. That's what was going in my head. So 1947.
Yeah.
Good to know.
1947. All right. Hashtag is cop match, folks. That's your hashtag. You all adjust. You know, you good with it. Like they're already putting the hashtag since we went to commercial, right? But so let's wrap up today. Bermuda tourism, getting people on those flights, and obviously the conversation with Minister Weeks.
There is a lot of work, but we constantly say this, and now I'm at the point where it's like, where does the work start? What do we do as a community for both things, for tourism and what's going on in the community as far as, the violence. But back to tourism, we do not have a product. The last time we spoke about something similar to this, I stated how, Bermuda used to be the ambassadors for that destination, where other countries used to come to Bermuda to see what we were doing and how we were doing what we were doing and why we were so successful. And we kind of let those countries come in, take our product, and they ran with it. And we're sitting here looking at them now like, well, what are you doing? We just need to go back to our roots. Let's go back to the foundation of it and grow from there. The biggest thing is actually figure out who we're targeting. Once we figure out who our target market is, then we can create a product or we can work, more towards that. That's what I have to say about tourism. But I mean, we can go on forever about that, Jamal. You know.
Well, you were. And I love it. Go ahead. No, seriously, I the passion behind it. But it's not just the passion, it's the understanding of it. It's not just this wide opinion wide of the mark. It's an expert opinion. But go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then, this cop match holiday, I plead to everyone, be safe, be mindful. The drinking and driving, let's have a designated driver. You are in a situation where as you feel like things look like they're about to be heated, move away, like step away. Don't be afraid not to be in it. Don't pull out your cell phones and record. How about we call somebody and let's stop it?
Yeah.
First thing people do is like, let me record it.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I'll say this much about tourism. Bermuda's in trouble. That's the reality. The reality is, and this is not me being bigoted, Bermuda as a destination is in trouble. Bermudians need to figure out, how do we arrest this? How do we stop this? And I'll tell you what, your government has not a clue. So it's on you. As far as the minister and the conversation, look, I'm not one to take the side of the government. You know me. But what I will say is we can't rely on legislation and policies to do what we as a community can and should be doing. We can have a safer community. We can do things to make our favorite, most beloved, cherished, and historical holiday a safe and enjoyable thing. But it's up to us. Sanchi, you've got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. And I can actually see this one, Jamal, so I can read it. It's a little long. So be truthful with yourself and other people and try your best to make decisions outside of your ego. That way, when you're wrong, you can take accountability for making the wrong decision. You aren't a true leader without the ability to be honest and take responsibility for your actions.
Ah, I
You
like
know who that's from?
Who's that?
Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, really? All right, Nip. Nip, bring it.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. I like that. Okay, cool. Well, Sanchez, so great to see you again. I thought you were like avoiding me because your team's about to take a pouncing. But it's great seeing you. And then, Sister Sherry, she's been missing. Like, it's like you ladies just took off. It's like they're gonna leave it to the champs to, elect. And yeah.
We just didn't want to get involved in your messiness this week. I was a little concerned for my president coming on yesterday.
Yeah.
But we just didn't want to get involved in your messiness. But now we're getting down to the wire. We'll see you tonight.
Okay.
And everybody that hasn't signed up, please sign up because I want to meet you all. Like I see these comments and I want to meet you in person.
Well, let's do the giveaway because I sure would have forgot about the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. See who's gonna get a couple of towels from us. Hopefully, St. George's fans been winning. Honestly, St. George's fans been winning.
Well, I mean, you all's gonna need to wipe the sweat when you're losing, so you should be winning.
Right. Karen Simmons, a St. George's fan, you get one. Send
you
that
need that.
to us. Send that email to. Look, we ain't worrying about her. Let's do another one. Come on.
I hope it's a St. George's fan.
St. George's, big money. We want to wipe their Somerset fans' tears like good people we are. Traveling Charlie, you got to tell. Traveling Charlie, who you for? I don't think we know this. Let us know who you're for, please. Please send an email to engage@dailyhour.com so that we can get you your winners. So Traveling Charlie and Karen Simmons, today's winners of the cup match towel giveaway. Hopefully, Trotty is on the right side.
I would be surprised if she was for Somerset. So.
Yeah. She just seems like-minded person that wouldn't be for Somerset. I get it. Yeah. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, Linda's, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. I think it's Mr. Cup Match. Janera Tucker tomorrow. She's Central Durham. I'm Jamel Hartman. My friends, make it a great and a safe day. We're out.